I hope you are having a fabulous week so far. This is Matt with Pro Athlete Advantage, and today I want to talk to you about this concept that's been just on my mind lately, and it's something that we all deal with on a daily basis, and it's this concept of jealousy. Being jealous of others, whether at work or at home, of what they have or what they get to do. And I believe with social media especially, when I look at Facebook, sometimes when I'm scrolling through, I start to feel a little bad about myself. I start to kind of get a little jealous of what other people have and what they're doing, because like Facebook and all these other social media platforms it's like a highlight reel. It's like everything good that's going on in my life. My son or daughter had a birthday and we went on this trip, and I got to film this or see this and do this. I often find myself scrolling through it kind of depressing when you really think about it. That's why I try to limit my social media as much as possible, given I run this business. But I think it's at the forefront of something we all deal with on a daily basis, and we start to judge ourselves and think we're maybe not worthy. We're not as good as that person, that we'll never have those experiences. That negative self-talk starts to creep up. I even think about back to my baseball career. It's happened to me especially in high school and a little bit into colleges, where I would find myself constantly comparing my abilities to other players on my team or on other teams. And there were players who were faster and stronger than me, that maybe were better fielders, and I found myself doubting my ability because of what they could do. What I learned over time playing athletics, and something that I implement today, even though we all struggle with it, I still do a little bit too, right? Is that comparing myself to others, getting jealous of what they have or what they can do. And what I've found and what I've learned is that the expensive energy in thinking about those other people, it robs you of the development you can do on yourself. Right? Think about that. You're pouring energy out when we should be pouring energy in. We should be figuring out each and every day, how do I use my energy that I have to make sure that I am making the strides that I want to in this world, or in my business, or with my kids and spouse and partner, whatever it might be. How do I use that energy to develop myself? Because all we're doing when we make that comparison, when we're jealous of others, is we're hurting ourselves. We're robbing the world of our abilities and our passion and our drive. And I, probably like you, would rather approach this world with that energy and passion and fire instead of wasting it, right? Use my gifts instead of throwing them in the trash. That's the focus that I want to have. At a point in my baseball career, when I would see someone who I perceived as faster, stronger, better than me, you know what I would start to say to myself? I would start to congratulate them in my head. I'd be like, wow, that's amazing that he or she can play that well, that they can hit a ball that way. That's amazing that they can do that. Let me tell you what I can do, because I've got special gifts and talents as well. That would be the self-talk in my head, because what I would do is, instead of spending that energy on them, I would give them just positive energy, and that would feed right back into me. So I switched that self-talk. When I'm in business now and I see a colleague out there or someone that I know that gave a speech somewhere, I could do one of two things. One, I could get jealous of that person and be like, oh, why didn't I get a speech at that place? That stinks. Or, and what I do is I go to them and I say, I am so excited for you. I cannot believe you did that. How did it go? That's incredible. Because then that positive energy comes right back to me, and I sit there thinking, how do I get similar speeches? How do I continue to impact the world the way I was put on this earth to do? Think about your self-talk. Think about your comparison to other people. How can you shift it? How can you reframe it? How can you give that positive energy back out so it swings back to you, and you can continue to develop yourself and share your gifts with the world?